In 1919, Ella was 17 years old and she became sick with Spanish flu. Her older sister Hilda, her mother, and her dad did their best to take care of all 7 of the kids that were sick in the home. They changed the linens every single day and the nightgowns, and they kept the windows open for fresh air. But Ella was very sick. At one point, her fever spiked to 104. She could barely get out of bed, and they basically had to learn how to walk again because they had been so weak. Ella talks about looking out the window and seeing horse-drawn hearses carry coffins every single day into the cemetery. They were blessed, and each and every one of them ended up recovering. 6 years later, Ella ended up marrying my grandfather in the same room that she spent all that time in healing. She would bring back her 2 daughters, one was my mom, and her grandchildren often to that home. In 1988, Ella ended up passing away. There were still a couple of kids living in the house, but by then they were in their 90s. But when Ella's older siblings got very, very sick, they had to go to a nursing home, so the house needed to be sold. In the year 2000, unfortunately, the family lost the family home. This grieved my mom deeply. In 2019, my mother ended up passing away, and her last final wish was really to be able to get that house back into our family. 5 months after my mom passed away, the house became available for sale, and a miracle happened. I made an offer on the 1-year anniversary of my mother's death in April of 2020, and in the height of the pandemic, it was accepted. And then on what would have been the 95th anniversary of Ella and my grandfather, we walked back into the house again, claiming it back to our family who had had the home for over 100 years.